Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What was the first game you remember playing on a desktop computer? Oregon Trail. Me too, at school. I also remember playing a math game called Number Munchers, and I'm not entirely sure which one came first. The Space Cadet pinball game on Windows before they took it off, or Minesweeper. Removed, because these are the free games included in a new PC, and as a curious child using a new desktop, I'm checking the folder named Games first. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? 1985 DOS video game. This. On a floppy disk, and you had to type in a command for the computer to start the game. OMG yes. Typing commands. I loved that game. Where to, Gumshoe? Putt Putt. Yes. This, Freddy Fish, and Pajama Sam. Honorable mention to Backyard Baseball. Found My People. Putt Putt and Freddy. Lemmings. Oh no. Collision 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 collision. Solitaire. I'm thinking Minesweeper on a Windows PC. I know I had a few games for my county company, but I don't remember what. Ski Free. I still remember the ridiculous face pose the Yeti would make when he caught and ate you. It would always scare me when he would fly in so quickly out of nowhere. Commander Keen. Commander Keen was legit. Did you play Crystal Caves? Yeah, absolutely did. Saw a screenshot of it the other day and brought me right back. My dad was an early adopter for home PCs in the late 80s. We always had one as long as I could remember, so I played a lot of those early DOS games. Age of Empires Chef Kiss. Wololo. Doom. I remember the Doom, Duke Nukem days. IDKFA. IDDQD. King's Quest, the original. Sierra FTW. Myst. Never understood the game. That and Titanic. Could have been fun but never really got past opening credits. Guess you missed out. I remember watching my dad play Myst as a kid. He kept notebooks with him while playing to get through the puzzles. Life before YouTube walkthroughs and Prima strategy guides. Titanic Adventure Out of Time. That game was fucking awesome. Wolfenstein 3D on a 386 DOS. Foofaf, placing, mein Lieben. Prince of Persia. Chips Challenge. My muscle memory still remembers how to skate across that ice level. If you played it you know. Bummer is a regular utterance with my siblings. Thank goodness. Every time I've seen this question posed, this hasn't been answered. I thought it was a fever dream. Pipe Dream was another pretty good one in the same menu. I also remember one where you played a mouse trying to evade a cat as you moved around a grid. Lego Island. The Brickster is loose. Hated that. Exclamation mark. The pizza delivery dude. The dude with the food. Zork. Return to Zork on CD-ROM was amazing. Want some rye? Course you do. Came here for this, my fellow Genks, elder millennial. Nothing like trying to answer the questions at the beginning of Leisure Suit Larry. Gorilla S. Two gorillas at the top of mountains throwing bananas at each other. Mus-DOS version. Yes, I am that old. Please someone tell me they played this. Yes, I had to scroll so far down to find it. https://en.m.wiki.org/wiki/gorillas_opening parenthesis video_game closing parenthesis. This and Mus-DOS snake game, Nibbles. Thank you. Command and Conquer Red Alert. Load Runner. Load, but yeah, that was a good game on my parents' Apple II Plus. I remember playing Sneakers and Temple of Apshai first, but I doubt many on Reddit know those. I played Temple of Apshai on C64, I think. And Gateway to Apshai, which I think came out afterwards and was more action-oriented. But Temple was formative for me. Lemonade Stand, on an Apple II. Going to be a lot of on here rolling on the floor laughing. Howkey! Exclamation mark. Yes. That was a great game. Profit, loss, forecasting demand, dealing with adverse situations, best prep course for business and life. Number Munchers. In the school computer lab, once a week. Same but word munchers. I think it was on a floppy disk too. Roller Coaster Tycoon, original. I can still hear the haunted house sounds sometimes. And that giggle. And never forget, merry-go-round one has broken down. Math Blaster. An artillery simulator I co-wrote in 1973. Ran on a Wang 700C, one of the first desktop computers. If you wish to scoff at this primitive machine, let me remark that a high school classmate was paid $50 per hour to program one for an auto dealer chain. $50 per hour in 1973 for a kid. That's equivalent to $350 today. Also, that thing cost $5,000, $35,000 in current dollars. Add another $5,000 for the printer plotter output device. Not something one's teen kid is going to play with. We were pretty carefully supervised, or that's what we told the administration, anyway. Jazz Jackrabbit. Sims! Exclamation mark. Had to be Reader Rabbit. Finally found another. My dad had me playing Reader and Math Rabbit in the offices of a business. Classic. Diablo 2. Stay a while and listen. Jumpman. Rise up C64 gang. My first C64's serial number was under 10,000. Oh lord, I played Jumpman so much. That's an oldie. If you played this one, your back hurts. Oregon Trail, 1985. I know I saw my older brother playing some games on an Adam computer, but I never got a chance. Zoombennies. Make me a pizza. Dota 1. Leisure Suit Larry. That was a fun series for a precocious young teen to discover on his dad computer. Quake. Myst was pretty early. I probably played Solitaire and Minesweeper first. But Myst was really unique. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Plants vs. Zombies. Purple Place with my grandpa. Only real ones remember Purple Place. My cakes went crazy. This! Exclamation mark. Ultima 2 on an Apple II Plus. Absolutely loved the Ultima series. I loved Ultima so much. I forget what number it was, but I had the one with the boats and sea serpents and the fast food place you could steal from and have guards chasing you and the portals you could use to get around. I think the keyboard command to fight with your sword was a left or right arrow. King's Quest. Tetris and Farmville Tears of Joy. Pitfall. Freddy Fish is the first I can remember. Grand Theft Auto vs. I'm a professional cheater on GTA before LOL. A Pocahontas game for PC that was like an animated storybook. And you could feed Miko corn. Vague memories. I do remember Jump Start first grade and the lunch tray game though. Edit, looked it up. It was berries. And you had to catch them with flit instead of let Miko eat them. Tears of Joy. Whoa, memory unlocked. Dota 1 Ghost. Our gateway PC came with 2 Carmen Sandiego CD-ROM games. Played the hell out of M. Pajama Sam, you are what you eat from your head to your feet. Thunder and lightning aren't so frightening. Putt Putt Saves the Zoo! Exclamation mark. I loved this game. You just brought back so many memories. Myst, came here for this. Maniac Mansion. It was the big floppy disk before the 3.5 even came out. And I remember booting up, I had to type win to start the OS, rolling on the floor laughing. Side note, it was made in 1987 by Lucasfilms Games for the C64. If you know the Commodore, you're definitely old as shit like me, rolling on the floor laughing. Hi fellow oldie. Lemmings 1991. Lemmings. DOS, online game, retrogames.cz. I date online interactive dating, then I switched to y8.com. Tears of Joy. Mine was wildcatting on a TRS-80 from Radio Shack. Ever type in games from magazines? Solitaire and Oregon Trail come to mind. Also Wolfenstein. I forgot about Wolfenstein. Day of the Tentacle. It was either Leisure Suit Larry or Lost Vikings. I used to sneak and play Leisure Suit Larry when my dad was in bed. Chex Quest. Got the CD out of a literal box of Chex cereal. Yes. I think Jeopardy on MS-DOS was my first, but Chex Quest was the first one I really loved. Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. Learning game for kids from the 90s or early 2000s. Great series. Putt Putt, Pajama Sam, and the Jumpstart games are definitely core memories. Showing my age here, track and field. Getting the angle right on the javelin was a nightmare, and the 100 meters sprint was a joystick breaker. That game was infuriating to play. Something from Humongous Games or one of the backyard sports games. Hard to remember what was first. Pablo FTW. Castle Adventure with my dad back in the 80s. ASCII graphics. This is the first computer game I ever played. It was in the early 90s, well before we had the internet, and I have no clue how we got it. I loved that game, it shaped my obsession with castles, medieval history that peaked with Quest for Camelot. Myst, Lode Runner, and Microsoft Encarta Mind Maze. Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo or Pajama Sam, Thunder and Lightning aren't so frightening. That or my dad, accidentally, letting my brother and I play Doom or Diablo 1 LMAO. My mom was Newt happy. Can't remember which of these four were first, maybe Spy Fox IDK. Played regularly. Jump Start 2nd grade. I have been scrolling looking for this. Took me a while. But for me it was pre-K. Mr. Do's Castle on C64. If we are talking about more conventional Windows desktop PCs, then the first game I played would be Descent. Man, what a game. Nice. Really, any PC is what I meant, so C64 counts. Qbert on the C64. Descent was so damn cool. Same for Descent. My dad and his friends used to play it when they got together and I'd get a turn every so often. They didn't take it easy on me even though I was like 6 at the time, lol. Plants vs Zombies, the best in the world. Asteroids. Minesweeper, the game where I always guessed wrong. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego and Duke Nukem? Zork. Battle Chess. Wolfenstein 3D. Either Rogue, some indie 500 race type game, or Lemonade Stand on my dad's Apple I. I hope it was Rogue, but I was 4 or 5 at the time, so IDK. Rogue is definitely my answer, and thanks for that because I couldn't for the life of me remember its name. Rogue for me too. There's a My Abandonware website where you can still play it online. Never got that Amulet of Yenda. Commander Keen.